Hi there, my name is Tom Chick. How does the internet work again? If anyone has any advice, let me know. Hello. Oh my God, I have missed you guys. So this is a test. I'm gonna sit here and play this silly game, and I'm calling it silly, but I'm actually streaming it because oh my God, I really like it a lot, and I didn't expect to. I thought I was just gonna download it and look at it and then uninstall it, and I'm super fortunate to still have a Steam Press account, so I can just look at things like this, no skin off my back, and then uninstall them. So I thought this would be just a real quick, hey, let's have a look, and then uninstall it. But that was early yesterday. I wasted most of the day yesterday banging around on this, and I'd like to show it to you guys now. So as usual, I might be coming in a little hot with the mic. Let me know if I can adjust anything. I have not done this in a very long time. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to start a new game. The tutorial is good. Even better than the tutorial are these little videos that you can watch. I wish there had been some written documentation. I don't know why everybody and his uncle wants to document their frickin' game in a stupid video. But if you go on, you can play this campaign, and the campaign is just a series of standalone missions. You start out. Oh, why did I load the campaign? I thought I could just show you the mission selection. You start out at Wake Island. Oh no, here's why I loaded it. This game has a character creator. I can make my admiral in here. But I didn't mean to do the campaign. The campaign is just a series of, it looks like a sequence of missions. Seems very linear. Fortunately, however, this is called a campaign. I mean, it's called a sandbox, but I think it's more accurately described as a dynamic campaign. On Steam, in the discussion forum, some folks were asking, hey, does this have a dynamic campaign? And either a producer, or a developer, or someone handling PR didn't quite seem to know what a dynamic campaign was. That seems like a term that guys of a certain age, like me, who played flight sims, remember. But these days, dynamic campaign, apparently sandbox is another word for that. So this is not a sandbox because to me, sandbox implies there's no guidance. You're just dumped into an area and you can play with these toys and knock yourself out. Not the case in this game's quote-unquote sandbox. Now, I'm just going to go through this. Commander Palin, I'm not going to do any of this. Because the funny thing is that 3D model, I don't think it shows up anywhere in the game. And I'm not even exaggerating. You get a little portrait, and the portrait looks nothing like the 3D model. There's no way to get them to correspond. You see the portrait, but I don't think you ever see your dude's 3D model. Alright, so this is the beginning of the sandbox, which I'm not going to call a sandbox anymore, because it's a dynamic campaign. Cathcart, no, that is not Kirk Douglas, you're right. Thank God. You know, next to Steve McQueen, I think Kirk Douglas is the celebrity I least understand. I don't get why anybody would care about Steve McQueen or Kirk Douglas. They both seem like just old-timey schlubs to me. Whatever. Alright, so I skipped past, that was Pearl Harbor you guys just saw. It's been tidied up since December 7th, 1941. We're into 1942, I believe. What's the date here? But we leave Pearl Harbor and we pick one of these. These are not missions. That's why it's a little bit confusing, that the structure here. Why is this a dynamic campaign? These are operations. And an operation is a big map unto itself with several missions and targets and neutral shipping and whales that might trick you into thinking they're fleets. Each of these operations is a big map full of stuff you can do. And these operations change. So here we're just going to pick, I think these are canned. I don't think these change when you start. They definitely change over time, and you start moving towards Japan. Let's just pick up, here's a 7-day one. A recon, let's do this. Alright, so that was the shell for the dynamic campaign. We are now loaded into what the regular campaign would call a, oh no, we're not even there yet. Now we're on like a strategic map. We can drive around. So right now, these are the 4 things I can do. Oh, and there's more. I'm going to pause real quick. I can drive around. Once I unpause, you can see down here the time. Oh, it's still 1941. It's December. Not even... oh my god, just yesterday, Pearl Harbor was hit. Day before yesterday, because it's now past midnight. So I didn't realize this is so early. So yeah, we're sailing out of Pearl Harbor. We got super lucky. We didn't get hit. And then these are the things we can do. Let's look at them. We need to sail to them to actually choose them. This right here is a base. We can refuel. Let's do this. So this right here, let me get the tooltip up. Another weird thing. This game has its share of jank, for lack of a better word. No, I want this tooltip. I think that was it. Yeah, here we go. Shoot. Alright, so this is just locate and destroy an enemy fleet. In 4 days, this is going to go away. We have to get there. Tooltip. We have to get there by December 13th. So here we go. And this goal is just, we're going to sink 1 fleet. We're going to get 5 points of experience at the very bottom. We're going to get 2 medals and 2, whatever those supply points are. Oh, and I could speed up because what we're doing. Okay, so here's an event. I don't think you see these in the regular campaign. These are unique to the sandbox. And it's a very FTL thing. It just gives me, oh, look, an incident or a happening. This could also be an occurrence. It might even be an event. Let's find out. Admiral, we've received reports of a formidable enemy fleet. We can send an escort as a decoy, or we can evade it. We don't want to lose an escort. Those are crucial. We've only got 3. We are, of course, an aircraft carrier. Aircraft carriers need their escorts. Let's do this. Let's try to evade it. Why would we just burn an escort? Okay, so we ran away from it. That's fine. And we are continuing up here to the... Wait. Oh, to this mission. Wait, why did this mission... What happened? Did we not get... Oh, that was... I didn't realize that. That was a random event. It wasn't even a mission. Alright, let's do this one. This is destroy 2 fleets. Now, wait. Did I get those rewards? I don't think I did. I think I just got ripped off by this game. By that mission. Oh, and by the way, here's our main mission. Once we do this, our operation is finished. We can run around and scoop this stuff up all we want. I think there's a time limit on this. Yeah, so we basically have... Okay, this is very confusing. So that says December 15th. It is now December 22nd. So, oh, I guess that's the date that it appears. Well, I don't know. We're doing this because it's on the way anyway. So, here we go. Alright, once we're in range, we just click on it. And now we're in the game proper. Alright. This is also a little alarming. I don't know why there's a 24-hour time limit. Here's our carrier. There is our resupply ship. There are... our escorts are actually... We only have 3 escorts, so that's basically just graphic clutter. Not even clutter. You know, atmosphere. We'll call it flavor. So here are our escorts. Here's our carrier. Here is a roster of our airplanes. We have 3 fighters, or I'm sorry, 8 squadrons of fighters. The squadron has 3 planes. 8 squadrons of dive bombers and 8 squadrons of torpedo bombers. Let's look at the map. So we need to destroy the 2 enemy fleets, and looking at the map, we see 1 here and 1 here. That number just means they're part of this objective. If we had multiple objectives, the numbers would reflect that. This is important because right now, see this little red eyeball? When it lights up, we have been discovered. And a big part of carrier warfare is not getting discovered. Mike Cathcart, do you think the Navy admirals often made battle plans because they were just on the way anyway? Screw it. Cathcart, I think it's working for me so far. Let's see, we have to kill these. If we don't stray within this limit, they will not find us, and they will not send attackers after us. However, they will send scouts. So, actually, you know, this is really alarming, this time remaining. I don't have like 1 day to kill both of these, do I? Well, I hope not. Alright, so we're going to set a waypoint. Let me just do some crew adjustment stuff. We don't need a medical guy. No one's attacking us here. There we go. So how you allocate your crew determines a lot of what your ship can do and how well it can do it. Right now, we are just sailing somewhere. We want navigation for that. And we're going to be processing a bunch of airplanes. We have no damage. We have the engineering department is for maintenance. As long as there's one guy there, we're good. Nobody's injured, and there's no reason to man the anti-aircraft guns. So now that we're focusing on driving and managing airplanes, I've set a waypoint. We're going to come up here. It's early in the day on December 23rd. Hey, it's Christmas Eve. You guys need to be thinking about what you're getting me for Christmas. I will probably need replacement squadrons. That's my guess. Alright, so while we're sailing, look at here's the slow time, and it's sped up quite a bit as well. It's not real time. We can go this time, you can see how quickly time is advancing. But what we need to be doing now is sinking those fleets. And how are we going to do that? Do we actually know? We don't know their composition. See those little 4 rising sun flags? That means there are 4 ships. We don't know what they are. The figures at the top are an estimated attack and defense rating. Each ship has an attack and defense that's kind of the range based on what we think those ships might be. And actually, I think that's accurate. So you can make inferences about what is in each stack. Not really, though. At any rate, this one hits harder and seems better defended, but they're both enemy fleets. So these are the missions we're going to use with our airplanes to find, well, we know where they are, to identify and sink these targets. So the first thing we're going to do, we have a recon mission. We're going to prepare it. What this box is telling us is a recon mission requires 0 fighters. That's that little purple icon. It requires 2 dive bombers. That's that, what is that, turquoise icon in the middle, and 0 torpedo bombers. That's the blue icon. So we're going to prepare this, and then we'll assign some airplanes to the actual mission. Preparation is a 3-step process. What do we want to recon? And then where do we want to pick up our ships? Once we've got this laid in, we can move it around if we want to change it. Why can't we actually move this point? That's weird. I can move the recovery area like a hula hoop, but I can't move this point. Huh, that is odd. Oh well. And then the third step is we confirm this. I guess we could cancel and lay it out differently if we really messed up. Alright. We confirm it. Now, hey, oh my god, where did it go? All of our plans just vanished. How freaking annoying. No, they didn't. What happens is if you mouse... Oh, they did. No, it's right here. Sorry. This is like a queue. See at the very bottom? These are the things that are ready. This is available. I had 2 recon missions. You'll note I only have 1 because one of them got scooched over here to ready. And it's now got a timer above it. It starts at 4 hours. These plans are good for 4 hours. Now, I know what you're asking. Hey, what plans? Hey, Markinson, good to see you. Markinson, what are you doing taking a walk? It's probably freezing out there in Canada. I hope you wore a jacket. So we laid out a recon mission, and then it vanished. This game's buggy. It sucks. I hate it. I'm going to uninstall. No. Calm down, Tom. This game has a weird interface, and I promise you, 90% of the things you want this game to do, it is doing. It's just not telling you that it's doing them, or it's doing them in some weird way. So the way that these missions work now is everything that's ready, if you mouse over it, it gives you all the information you need, because this is ultimately going to be a game about spinning plates, basically juggling. You're almost literally juggling airplanes. So you need to know, like you'll have all these missions out, and rather than cluttering this screen, you mouse over the ones that you need information for. And that includes available missions and ready ones. Like if I need to do an airstrike, for instance, see under here under available, there's an airstrike. Let's launch an airstrike. Let's just go ahead and attack these guys, which we can do, without identifying them. Well, I can't do it because this mission hasn't been activated in the island. Meaning, the island is the command center, that it's the superstructure part on top of the carrier. In the island, that's where the command center is. I need to go in there and tell it, hey, we want to do airstrikes. Until I do that, this lock is here. But what so an airstrike is available, but it's telling me why I can't do it. Similarly, I can do another recon. I can identify targets. If I want other mission types, I need to enable them. And these are always available. I have 2 caps available, and then I can send scouts out, which actually I'm going to go ahead and do. Why can't I do that? Because the required planes are not on the flight deck. So, here's where we are. We want to... Hey, Markinson's 47th birthday? And he's getting a haircut. Ah, Markinson. Nil, good to see you. Hi, Nil. So, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to launch our recon plan, which it is now nearly an hour old. Our plans for this recon, to recon this fleet. And this is the one we're worrying about because it's going to bump into us at our current path here. And we want to send scouts out. Why do we want to do that? This is our radius for visibility with our surface radar. If we send scouts out, it expands. There are other ways we can expand it. So there's also no reason not to have scouts out during daylight. So I can't send this out because the required planes aren't on the flight deck. I can't send this out because the required planes are not on the flight deck. Oh my god, what do we do about that? Well, first thing we do, and this is one of the weird things, this map right here, super important information, and it locks you out of pretty much every other element of the game. So that's one thing frustrating right off the bat, is if you want to do something, make sure the map is closed. Like if I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, let me speed up, or oh, let me prep some airplanes. Nope. You basically can't do any of that from this screen. So a lot of times when you're frustrated, just close the map. Everything is here now. Everything I want to do in this game, other than plotting my course, I can do from here. There are 4 views, and see this little thing here? And I cycle through them and it lights up each of the views. Here's my deck view. You can see that you can use the WSD keys to run the length of the carrier. Here, okay, you guys ready for something adorable? This is gonna be so cute. You guys are gonna squeak. This is adorable. Ready? Look at this. Oh, it's a Cutaway aircraft carrier. Adorable. Look, you can zoom in and see the little dudes. Is this not just the cutest Wes Anderson thing you have ever seen? Look at it. You can even click on things like, what is this room? Like, who are the guys in the very back and the bottom of the ship? What are they doing back here? Well, this is the helm section. That's where they keep all their helmets. And so this is the section. Wait, what is it? Segment. Yeah. So these are called segments. They're individual segments within a section. And this comes into play basically for damage control. When certain areas take damage, they can shut down certain departments, and that's where engineering can save you. So there's a lot of this game during battle, in addition to juggling airplanes, is juggling damage control. And you've got some really cool tools for how to deal with it. Josh Marshall says that is indeed adorbs. No, Cathcart, the water will not get in because we have erected a nuclear force beam. This is our nuclear force beam right here. Oh, no, sorry, that's a fuel tank. But it does look, I do like that, just pulling all the way back. Oops. If you pull back too far, it assumes you want to go into free view. So you've got there's the deck, there's the cutaway view, there's the free view. This was very confusing too. There are many references in this game to an island. And I know you're thinking, oh yeah, look, there's an island. No, here's the island. This is also adorable, but with officers. Now, here's another thing. Where on this cutaway view, this is pretty much just fun little graphic stuff. And also busy work during damage control. Like, this is a damage control guy. You end up getting more of these guys, and this is a station. for maintenance. Here's a station for flooding. Like, all this stuff you can mess with a little bit, but it's mainly, this is a whack-a-mole board. And it gets automated. Like, it's not like you're having to play whack-a-mole. You just watch things break. Like, that's what this is for. This, however, this cutaway, this is serious command and control issues right here. I currently have 3 officers. Here's my main guy, Admiral Palin. How did he get that name? Oh, right, I gave it to him. And then I have these 2 underlings. Adams. Oh, Oh, I see. First name. Okay, yeah. So J. Warren Adams and Edward K. Valentine. Oh, my air officer and navy officer, right. So these 2 numbers, that's his air power and his navy power. This guy only has 1 point of air power. Don't make fun of him. He's new at this. This guy only has 1 point of navy power. No, apparently you've unlocked the Dazzle camo skin. How do you unlock the Hello Kitty skin? So, no, there is, they do some playful skinning stuff with the airplanes. Not Hello Kitty stuff, though, unfortunately. So, but anyway, all of this up here, and this is crazy. This is what, here's my journey with this game, was installing it, playing it, thinking, this is janky, I don't understand all the stuff about islands, why can't I see my mission that I just laid out, and okay, I guess I better watch the tutorial videos. Actually, let me send these missions out real quick. We need 2 bombers, there's 2, and we need 2 fighters, there's 2. Now watch this. Look how adorable that is. Look! Look! Oh my god, it's so cute! I'm having a cute overload. They're rolling out their little... Actually, what are those? Dauntlesses? I should know this. I should have looked this up so I could sound smarter when we started. Those are the torpedo bombers? Yeah, those are dive bombers. The Dauntless is a... Oh my god, I should have looked all this up. I'm going to sound retarded. I'm going to sound dumb. Hey, thank you, Markinson, for the turquoise things. So these are our torpedo bombers. SPD Douglas. SPD Douglas. No? Shoot a monkey. I'm just going to start saying names of models that I remembered constructing as a kid. Anyway, so now our torpedo bombers are out. Issue a fighter squadron on the deck. And now, actually, no, these are called Buffaloes. No. Actually, yeah, these are Buffaloes, yeah. So these are super early, these are like when we got attacked at Pearl Harbor, this was all we had, is these little things. So, the first several months of the war, I mean, I think Japan just had a great time shooting these down for a while until we wised up and got F4Fs and whatnot. These are F2Fs? I don't know. Anyway, these are cute little Buffaloes, these are our fighters, these are our dive bombers. Hello, Lord Kosk. Good to see you. Markinson, yeah, find Garrick to, figure out the names of these. I mean, really, any history nerd with a better, and war nerd with a better memory than me should know. I'm pretty sure those are, I'm going to say SBD Douglas? I don't know. Alright, so we've got the planes on the deck. So remember we had that mean message before. Now we don't have that message. Now we can launch. So this is important too. If I launch this, wait, where'd it go? If I launch this one right now with the torpedo bombers, they'll launch. It'll do that for me because that's the order I've given. I am the admiral. I am the boss. They do. Dauntless. Yes, thank you, Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, the Dauntlesses I thought were the torpedo bombers. What are the torpedo bombers then? I'm very confused. I'll look this up. You know what? When we get back to Pearl Harbor, I can tell you guys then. I don't think it tells you otherwise what the actual airframes are. They're just divided into fighter, dive bomber, torpedo bomber. Alright, so if we go ahead and launch this, oh my god, our plan's almost done. I just gotta do this real quick. We're gonna launch these first because these guys are first in line. If we launch these first, then they're gonna have to move these out of the way, pull these up here, launch them, and then put these back. So this right here is a cue of everything you're doing in the game. When I tell this to launch now, for the, wait, not the Combat Air Patrol, I'm launching Recon. When I tell this to launch now, these are the different orders queuing up. So watch this. So intense. Oh, you know, this is going to expire. Dag nabbit. Once again, I've Tom-splained for too long, and my orders have fallen apart. That's okay. We'll just lay a new recon mission. Oh, and I wanted to show you something else. Watch this when the planes take off, because I think this is adorable too. Watch. Wait, if I can get there. Do you guys see they do that little dip at the end of the runway? Look at that. That is so adorable. That's almost as adorable as the cutaway view. Look at this. Watch this last one. It does a little dip. Watch. I just love little touches like that. Okay, so, wait, when is it? Yeah, so, okay, so now we're scouting for 4 hours. In 4 hours, those airplanes are going to run out of fuel, and they're going to be looking to land on the plane again, on the carrier again. And I should have showed you, but this little scouted, get away from there. The scouted area just got much bigger now that we have scouts in the air. Now, more importantly, let's identify this target. Let's see what's in this fleet. So we give it a destination. We tell them, hey, we'll pick you guys up over here. We then confirm, and oh no, where did our mission go? It vanished. Super annoying. What? But look here. You'll note too, hey, it's not there anymore. That's because it got moved over here to ready. Ongoing is our scout mission. We can see how long it has. We can see it's got 2 of our fighter airframes, those Buffaloes. Jason McMaster, hey there. 48 effing months. No, left empty. I apologize for abandoning you guys in the woods. I've missed doing this for so much. And I think, well, anyway, this is an experiment. We'll just see how it goes. So, okay. Oh no, we lost our identify target mission. Nope, it just got queued up under ready, and if we mouse over it, we see it's right there. We also see it needs a dive bomber. Why do I have a dive bomber ready? Oh, because I didn't launch the recon mission. Why do I need to recon when I know they're there anyway? I almost screwed up. Okay, so we're going to launch that. And then one of these 2 dive bombers, and look how adorable. The camera's not as free a camera as I wish it were. Look at that. You're going to unfold it. Look at the little seaman pushing it. This is another thing that bothers me. There are no pilots or gunners in this game. See that airplane? It's going to take off. Look at that. It's sentient. There was no one in that airplane. Look, I'll prove it to you. Look, no one there. No one in there. I've even paused and tried to look in the little cockpit. He certainly doesn't have a tail gunner. So this is a game about launching sentient airplanes. Alright, so that would have been a stupid recon mission because we know they're there. Let's get out of their way. We don't want them to see us. Now, this is very much a game about the historical realities of juggling airplanes in warfare. But it's made to be accessible. So the way stealth works in this game, it's very much like, hello, Heroic Logic. It's very much like Thief, in that this right here is a gem. If it lights up, we've been seen. Well, actually, not quite like Thief. If this were Thief, when we were in the sunlight, this would light up. But instead, this just means we have never been detected. The enemy has no idea that we have a carrier fleet on this map. Well, they're about to find out. Oh no. Did I not? Ah! Sorry to yell in your ear. I've been sitting here this whole time at dead slow. Man, Tom-splaining and playing simultaneously, really difficult. Heroic Logic, how is this better than Carriers at War? So, Heroic Logic, I'm super glad that you mentioned that. We are paused, right? Yeah. So, this is now where we're paused at a message. So, because that's one of the reasons I stuck with this. This game recalls Carriers at War, that SSG war game, which was very much about managing airplanes and juggling airplane management on a carrier and that whole cat and mouse. So I don't know if this is better. I haven't played that game in so long, but it does create the same type of experience, and that's why I'm really into, and that's why I've stuck with it as long as I have. All right, So we see one of the two fleets we need to sink has an escort. It's a tiny carrier with a destroyer, with 2 destroyers and submarines. These anchors are their hit points. So these will take 1 hit to sink. This escort carrier will take 2 hits to sink. So this was the date of our and time of our report, because they can move. We're going to confirm. Can you hear the ominous music? Let me turn this up for you. Because I have the music turned off, but when a report comes in, the game doesn't care. It's going to play music whether I like it or not. Ready? Ominous, right? Alright, so now I'm just going to set up an airstrike, and then I'm going to call it a day for now, because I just wanted to show you guys this game briefly. I'll show you some playing in earnest later, I hope. So, let's do an airstrike. Oh no, it's locked! It says this mission has not been activated in the island. Let me now show you something super, I'm going to go ahead and say it, super annoying about this game. But it's also something I really like. Here's the cutaway view of the island. As I mentioned, we have 3 officers.
Ready, sir.
These officers are important for a couple of reasons, one of which is these are operations. These are all special powers, and in order, they're all on cooldown timers too. And in order for me to use them, I have to spend points of air power and navy power from my officers. So, for instance, let me show you a super important one, and you'll note there are 2 pages of them. Look at this enhanced radar. If you recall, this with scouts is our viewing radius. We can push it even further out, probably about this far. It says 50 nautical miles, with enhanced radar. So, and it'll last for 3 hours, and we do that by clicking this, and now it needs 2 points of air power and 1 point of naval power from our officers. So we could click these guys,
sure.
but look, that's only 1 point of each. They're not good enough. So what we've got to do is commit Admiral Palin, who is actually sitting up here at the flag post, for 3 hours to running this enhanced radar if we want 50 additional miles of range, which we do. So I'm going to hit that.
Time to work.
Now you will note, look, where's he going? Where are you going? Come back! He is now going to the enhanced radar room, which is below decks somewhere. Does he go below decks? No, he just vanishes. But we now have, for 2 hours and 54 minutes, and I don't know if you can see, I probably should have hit a reference point so you can see how it got bigger, but now with scouting, which is going to last for another 2 hours, and enhanced radar, which is another 3 hours, this is how far we can see. The trade-off is Admiral Palin no longer in the island. Oh sure, what are their names? Warren and... oh, Adams and Valentine. Yeah, they're there. Admiral Palin left. What do we care? Well, the island determines what we can do down here. It also determines other elements of gameplay. Let me show you the meteorology room, for instance. Oh, okay, this is it. Did you hear that Star Trek sound? I don't know why they didn't use something different. Why'd they license the Star Trek alarm sound? That's so dumb. All they're saying is there's a new return on the tactical map. I don't know what it is. Maybe one of these. Doesn't tell me what it is. It's just saying, hey, there's something new on the tactical map you haven't seen. So, all right, here's the meteorology room. You'll notice there are 3 options here. We can enable weather information. What is that? That's these. These are storms. Oh, there's one right here. We're sailing into one. Storms are great for hiding. We see these as long as the meteorology room has weather reports enabled. Why wouldn't it have those enabled? Well, we can also add an airstrike and a recon mission by clicking one of those switches if there's an admiral in the room, which there isn't. So this admiral is here in this room. Right now he can boost the efficiency of different things. This admiral's right here. He can now, we've got 2 recon missions available. Look at this. Let's go ahead and click add 2 airstrike missions. And I want you to note what happens to these recon missions. Wait, oh, sorry. We have to click him because he's the only one that can do it. Let me show you again the meteorology room.
Ready, sir.
Wait. Let me show you just why this was confusing and annoying. If I go to the meteorology room and I want to click those numbers, I can't do it. It won't even let me go over there. What's going on? You need an admiral to do it. So if I'm in this room, like, what if I want to click this? Oh, look, there's an admiral there. If I try to click now, this guy is going to walk down here, which I don't want to do for a reason. Let me just, so you'll note those recon missions are gone. Now we have airstrikes. So what this room is set to, what the meteorology room is set to, what all these rooms are set to, determines what's down here, as well as things like, are we going to be seeing these when the map updates? But what happens is, if I want to change this, like let's go down here to the pilot debriefing room, I can add a point of carrier defense. So let's say I want to click this. Whoops, I had him selected. He's going to walk all the way down here. Now I can no longer change this. Furthermore, when he gets down there, I have to wait for this. When he gets down here, see that bar? That bar just filled up. I'm going to move him to show you. See, his bar is empty. I can change one of these. I can also walk him up here.
Yes, sir.
Now his bar is filled up. This guy right here, I can't move him to another room until this bar empties. And it's super slow. Now, while he's here, I can freely switch around these things and do whatever I want. But I've only got 2 officers. When they move, they are stuck there for a long time. They can freely change those parameters, but I can't change the parameters in the other rooms. So this island right here is, it's many, many things. One of the things it is, super, super clunky, but also really intriguing for how it models the command and control limitations of naval warfare. You know, you need officers. You need them to do these little special powers and abilities. You need them to staff different rooms. You know, if you have fewer officers, if you're using more of these, you have less command flexibility. So this island, even though it's clunky, and in the later carriers that you upgrade to, the islands get bigger and you have more options. I think this side even opens up. It's super clunky, but it's crucial to one of the. It's a fundamental part of this game's gameplay. So rather than me just giving up on this game, my turning point was looking at this island, thinking, okay, this is dumb. I don't want to. I have no idea what's going on here, but being intrigued enough to sit down with a notepad, and this is, you know, here's I'm shaking my legal pad right here. I got 3 pages of notes for this. Sitting down with a notepad and writing down the different configurations of what you can do with this and how this works, because the developers don't spell it out. It's just like you know, a new player is going to read, you know, what is it, 6 rooms, 8, 7 rooms, no, 9 rooms, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 9 rooms. The average player is going to look at these 9 rooms and think, what do they do, what is this? And the developers should have presented this. I mean, this is like something from a board game, I think. This really is a nerdy thing, Josh. And it really is me sitting down with a legal pad wanting to figure out what the developers were doing with this system. I mean, in a way, it's like a real-time worker placement with cooldown with these admirals and these powers. Like, I've got 3 workers to play this game, which determines what powers I have. These are like god powers. This is like the configuration for my carrier. I've got 3 workers to play this worker placement game to determine all of this stuff, which then determines what I can do here. So I'm going to close this out by doing an airstrike, because I also want to show you, wait, hold on, let me just show you, because this is insane. Let me take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and show you guys an airstrike. I'll be 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Stand by. Oh, shoot, I didn't mute my mic. Sorry. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. Hold on. Alright, I didn't mute my mic. I hope you guys didn't hear me, like, coughing and stuff. So my situation is, my mouth, like, my mouth dries out, and I have something called muscle tension dysphonia, where my throat gets strained. So I had to go, like, gargle and cough and spit up, and I apologize if I left the mic open and you heard that. Sorry about that. Alright, so I want to show you an airstrike because this is where the game also won me over. The two things in this game that I hated at first until I sat down and figured them out on my own and won me over. One of them was the way that island was like a worker placement game. Now, I want to... Oh, the mic wasn't on. Good. So sorry. I was mortified when I came back in and saw the mic. Okay. So the two things in this game were how the island is kind of like a worker placement game, and the airstrikes. The airstrikes in this game are nuts, and I'm going to show you one right now. It's a 3-step process. So you can do it, and this, by the way, is one of the things you can do from the map. You could do it, like if I do it here, it just takes me to the map. So I target a waypoint, and don't panic, because what you're about to see looks nothing like aircraft carrier survival, or like what you would expect. Ready? Boom! We're in Hearthstone. Okay, not Hearthstone, but we are now in a freaking card game. And I don't mean a card game like, oh, this ship is a card, and this attack is a card, and okay, and then we hit resolve. No! I'm talking a bona fide... Yeah, the cards are animated. They also... Okay, let me turn... This drives me crazy. The cards aren't just animated. Check this out. Because I play this game. I have my own soundtrack when I play this or listen to podcasts or whatever. Check this out. Oh. Did they stop? Oh, I have the headset turned down. Okay. Yeah, they're not just animated, they have audio. I don't need audio on my cards. Alright, so now you'll note for an airstrike, I'm sorry to explain this. So you'll note for the airstrike, when we select it, like if I select identify targets, that's going to take 1 dive bomber. Oh, and actually this is a plane waiting to be recovered, but if I want to launch a recon, nope. Yeah, if I want to launch a recon, it's going to take me 2 dive bombers. This cap right here, 2 fighters. What if I launch an airstrike? Look, 0, 0, 0. What airplanes do I need for an airstrike? Well, glad you asked, because that's what the cards tell you. Now, let me look. I'm just going to put this anvil attack. This anvil attack is showing me a couple of there's so many things going on right here. Like, I could just Tom-splain this. This is why this won me over, is aircraft carrier survival is, it's partly a simulation like SSG did with carriers at war. It's a war game, right? That's pretty straightforward. You can tell that from just looking at the Steam page. What you can't tell is that it's also that worker placement game with the island that's replicating like command issues. But this crazy intricate card game here... Oh, the sound is quite loud. Sorry, yeah. I did have it turned up because I wanted to play the... Sorry about that. That should be more reasonable. Sorry. Anvil attack works wonder on Wile E. Coyote. Yes, exactly right. So this card game here, I even forgot where I was. So I'm just going to attack now this fleet. This fleet consists of submarines which can't attack me. Their attack is 0, but they have between 13 and 15 points of defense. These are important because this is all totaled up here. Now my airplanes are going to focus on one of these targets. They'll attack multiples, but the main one they're attacking is whichever one I choose. So I'm choosing this, and you'll note these ships affect my card plays. So the attack of maneuver number 5 is minus 25%. Furthermore, any modifiers, that's the card text, in maneuvers 1 and 2 is disabled, which is why when I put anvil attack there, see that little lock? If I put it here, then its text applies. Let's see, the submarine just adds defense. Okay, and then this disables the defense of all offensive maneuvers. So there are three types of maneuvers. These are the offensive maneuvers. I have three cards. As you play the campaign, as your admirals level up, you get more cards. Um, I have three defense cards and I have three support cards. What each card tells me is what kind of planes and how many it will add to the strike package. So if I put in anvil attack, you will now see this icon here means I've got two torpedo bombers. And it's also reflecting it up here. If I then add fixed target and torpedo run, now I have a total of one dive bomber and three torpedo bombers. So if I confirm, now it just wants to know where I'm picking these guys up, and then I confirm. Because again, like with recon, you have to do that last confirm step here. So again, it vanished. Oh my God, where's my airstrike plan? Well, it's available there and there, right there. It's under ready. And you'll see it now needs one dive bomber and three torpedo bombers. So if I get those on deck, I can launch it. Now, I want to show you something else, though, because that would have been a terrible airstrike. Why? Because down here, these boxes tell me how the airstrike is going to turn out, which I could figure out on my own by looking at my total offense and defense against their total offense and defense. I'm with this arrangement here, which is mainly a matter of this destroyer canceling their text. I've got 25 points of offense. I have no defense. They've got 98, but like 25 points of offense might sink one of these. And it even says analysis of the current strategy suggests the attack will destroy one enemy target. Which, yeah, 25 points could knock a point of it. Like it would knock one of these points off of here. It could sink one of these. But more importantly, look at this. With this strategy, you will be putting your pilots at grave risk. All dispatched squadrons will suffer casualties. Because I have no defense. That's dumb. I'm just putting three. So you can't do that. That's the thing about aircraft carrier survival is if you don't learn to play this little card game here, you will not be playing this game. Because you can't just like, okay, I'm just going to stick some cards in here and do that. I don't know. I don't want to sit down and puzzle out all these modifiers. And I don't want to do that. If you don't want to do that, this game is not going to, you're not going to make any progress in this game. You'll sink a destroyer or two, maybe do a few missions. But when the rubber hits the road, when you're having to deal with actual like carriers fighting each other, not little escort carriers, main carriers fighting each other, you're going to need to finesse this thing right here. You're also going to need to do multiple airstrikes. You're going to need to like thin out escorts. You're going to need to get lucky sometimes. So I didn't plan this out just because you can sort of see, and this too, this noise, like when you mouse over the text, so annoying. I mean, I never have to listen to that, but I'm just tempted to do that when I'm with you guys when I talk about a card. That's not as annoying. The attack noises are the worst. That one's not bad. That's the worst. That one's kind of soothing. I like that one. So at any rate, you need to sit down and plan all of this out. And I even had notes. Like that's part of what I did with my notes. Let me show you guys one of my surefire attacks. Let's see. Anvil attack in 1. Fixed target. Torpedo run at the end. Oh no, this won't work because the destroyers are messing up some of my synergies. But then I had here a feint and a strike from the sun. Yeah, this was a killer combo against a fleet I was chasing in another game. But we're just going to launch this right now, see what happens. So it's saying that 3 to 4 of my dispatch squadrons will get chewed up, and I'm doing enough damage. Let's go ahead and focus on the carrier. So I'm confirming this. I'm going to pick up my guys here, and I'm confirming this. By the way, this map is fixed. You can never scroll around. I can't, like I'll bump into the edge of the map here. This is just a rectangle you play the game in, which gets super annoying when you're caught in a corner down here. All right, so I've got the airstrike planned. I need 3 dive bombers and 3 torpedo bombers on the deck. Space Game Junkie says this looks maddening. I know, it really does, Space Game Junkie, and that was...
Full focus now.
Oh, that's just saying, that was the radar. The recent order was me sending Admiral Palin to the expanded radar. You'll note our scouts are back too, so you can see how shrunk this is. Yeah, so Space Game Junkie, yeah, I know it looks maddening, but if that seems interesting to you, is this like, and we can launch another airstrike, like we can queue up a couple of them. Like if figuring out the anvil attack, what it does, and I just sort of know this, the anvil attack is called that because it's got 11 points of attack. It's powerful. It's going to basically double and then some all of the stats in the number 5 slot. So anvil attack, when you don't have this destroyer shutting it down, and you put another like super powerful card. Look at this, Lone Wolf, 10 points of attack. Look at that. Why didn't that become a 20? Oh, because the text is... So basically, imagine this configuration right here. The Anvil's got 11. The Lone Wolf's 10 is doubled to 20. So these 2 cards here, with 2 torpedo bombers and 1 dive bomber, I've got 30 points of offensive power right here. Assuming I don't have a destroyer shutting this text down. Like this anvil attack is a structure for planning an attack on the enemy. Like I haven't seen, I don't remember, I don't think there was anything even remotely like this in Carriers at War. But what this does is, it doesn't mean you're sitting in the carrier and then the airplanes go off and then all the fun stuff happens remotely. It means that you have to interact with this moment where airplanes attack a fleet. Like it makes it super interactive. The things that I do here, they determine these numbers. Like I have to play this intricate card game, which I really enjoy as I learn things like, oh, that's why it's called Anvil Attack. Excuse me, hold on, I have to cough a minute. So all of the maddening, yes. Gratifying, also yes. That's the way that I would put it. And there are ways, like my complaints, like right now I have 9 cards. I have to click here to look at the different cards. Like if I'm setting up something and I'm like, wait, isn't there something that adds to, like there's a card that, it even says right here, I put it number 3, that says if your number 3 slot is a support card, then you get a bonus. So if I'm doing this and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, isn't there a card that gives me a bonus if I put this in a slot? Like for me to figure that out, I have to click on this and look in each of the, like there's no one display for all of my cards, which is really annoying, but the reason for that is you're going to get a lot more cards. So this is annoying at first, but kind of necessary given that the game is going to layer in a lot more components. All right, so let's just launch that airstrike, and then I will show you guys how that works. Here we go. We need 3 of each on deck. So I just hit M to close this. I hit 1 to go to this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, did I still have those fighters? Yeah, dagnabbit. Oh no, that's the ones I wanted. So I queued all these up, and I can sort of see I've got, yeah, I accidentally got it right. But if I screwed up because I forgot I had these guys out here, this display right here is a queue of all the orders you've given. And you can mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is. It's going to call up torpedo bombers. I can right click it. I can, oh, I thought I could, yeah, I can drag them and drop them. So whenever you mess up like that, you can look at this display right here and see everything you're doing. You can even queue up things like launch this strike, then turn around, recover that cap, then turn around and launch. Like this is a super powerful tool, and the game does very little to teach you how to use it, which I actually think is a huge oversight on the developer's part. We need 1 more torpedo bomber out here. Oh, which...
Issue a torpedo bomber squadron on the deck.
Alright, I think we're good. Oh, I'm going to speed up. By the way, here's how the game goes at super fast speed.
Issue a dive bomber squadron on the deck.
And we didn't want the dive bombers. That's where I screwed up, because we have 3, right? Yeah. So here's how you put them back. And then I'm just going to order... So right there, just a quick drag and a key press, and I've undone my screwed up orders. And that's what a lot of this game is, by the way, is optimizing, and also not screwing up, how you manage your airplanes. So I have to put those dive bombers back, bring out the torpedo bombers, and I'm just going to fast forward. And once that happens, by the way, this will turn to launch.
Sir, a member of your
Why
staff
isn't that turning to
requires
launch?
urgent medical aid.
Because
Have
I'm missing a
DC team
torpedo
transport
bomber.
him to the infirmary. Sir,
There.
a member of your staff requires urgent medical aid.
Alright, somebody got hurt.
Have a
What do I
DC
do?
team transport him to the
Just
infirmary.
that. And then automatically that guy's now a medic. He's going to run and save that guy. And I can sit and watch this, like, but I don't have to. I can just go right back to the deck. It literally is a matter when somebody got hurt of just clicking that icon. Alright, we've got our final torpedo bombers. Once they're in place,
Sir, a
No.
member of your staff
Ugh.
requires urgent medical aid. Have a DC team transport him to the infirmary.
screwing up the order. Torpedo bombers, not dive bombers. I'm the worst at this. You can also track up here, like it's showing you what I'm trying to do. I promise we're going to launch this airstrike. So there are 3 dive bombers, 2 torpedo bombers, and our third one is coming out.
Issue a torpedo bomber squadron on the deck.
And then, see, now it's turned to launch or cancel. If I hit launch, this got queued up and it's now being executed. Like I could have had the launch all the way back here if I'd been more careful about what I was doing. Now, it's not quite nighttime, but it's getting there, so it's super dark. But they will launch. They'll try to do the mission in the dark. And I don't think, I could be wrong about this, I don't think there's anything about like them failing to find the target. Let's find out. This can't be launched at night, but it looks like it is launched. No! Wait, are they not going? No, they took off. It looks like it's going. Yeah, there. They're taking off at night. Poor guys. Alright, so, let me just slow down the time. So, if this didn't have, like, basically now it's out of my hands. The card game, like, the plans have been laid. I've launched the planes. I should bring in, by the way, let's bring in my cap. Those guys have been sitting out there. You can see them land in a minute.
Stand by to recover aircraft.
Anyway, my cap, there we go. It's night, so you can barely see him. Wonk. Little buffalo's coming back. And you'll note that was also something I could queue up here. So, things, it's a nice calm night on the aircraft carrier. That guy who was injured is fine. Otherwise, there would be an icon here. We're going to send this guy back to the maintenance room. What is this telling me? Oh, that was just a reminder that my radar had expired. So if we look at the map, again, hey, where's my airstrike? Oh, you have to mouse over it. It's ongoing. You can see the planes are inbound. All I know for sure is that in an hour and 50 minutes, I have arranged to meet them somewhere in this circle. Now, I will get a radio report. Oh, good lord. I don't think that it, like, I don't know, that's where I sent them, but since they're still in the circle, there we go. Man, we sucked. Oh, well, okay, so we knocked 1 hit point off the escort carrier, but we lost 3 groups of torpedo bombers. Now, here's another issue with this game. I'm going to turn down. In addition to the fact that I said no music, it's now playing music, I see the results of this. I can just hit confirm and go on playing. Look at this little button right here. So they've made all of these 3D models. They've made all these little, yeah, Ricky Zinger. It's a terrible name for a game, isn't it? Makes it sound like you collect resources and build an aircraft carrier from harvested wood and stone. I hate the name, especially because it is such a serious treatment of the experience of aircraft carrier management and command. There's a game called Carrier Command, which is also it's more sci-fi angle, and they've got a very VR approach to their whole command center. But this is a more third-person perspective on that kind of gameplay. This also reminds me a lot of Bomber Crew. Um, so look at this. So we have all the results of our mission right here. This is going to give us a little dramatization of that mission. And I feel like narratively they screwed this up. Like, what if I hit this? Like, it should give me the option to look at the cutscene first and then see the results. Because I think the cutscene is based on what events I basically created. I caused a point of damage on the carrier, and I lost 3 torpedo bombers. I think, I could be wrong, I haven't watched many of these cutscenes, but I think they'll be reflected. Let's look. Now, it's nighttime, so can't really see much. I'm not seeing any obvious dead planes or hit planes. That looks like a miss. You can see the plane model stuck on the left there. So these are dive bombers. Is one of these a hit? No, that was a miss. Okay, so that was a torpedo bomber down. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I guess it was just stringing together a bunch of nonsense. If I were making this game, I would have said, okay, if you have these 3D models, make me a little cutscene that incorporates all the events that happened in the card game. Namely, I got 1 hit on the carrier and I lost 3 torpedo bombers. Make the cutscene spell out those 3 events, and then give me the option to watch this before you tell me what happened. I just feel like that's an easy little thing they could have done to give this a really powerful narrative hook that they didn't do. So, all right, that's it for me for today. I will hopefully be showing you guys more of this in the future. I just want to do some quick Tom-splaining. Thank you very much for watching. Have a happy Thursday, and I might come back and show you a little bit more of this tomorrow. Hope everyone's having a great week. Have a good Thursday, and we'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.